guys, my name is Thana and welcome to today's show. We've got Mark Francis here. Hi Mark, how are you?
Hi, Thana.
So are you in an EMCO state?
Am I? Yes, I am. I can't believe I'm saying this, but Petaling just got under EMCO.
Bro,
Wow.
Petaling got high cases lah bro. Ampang got
Yeah
low
lah.
cases.
No choice lah. But I would never imagine where I live in to be suddenly be under EMCO. You see the
got this
videos,
thing,
the barbed wires. Hey, shit.
you got this thing about Ara and all these places being so affluent like you and your Ara lah.
No lah.
Hey, so we got guys who have joined us. Thank you guys for joining. We've got I got a big shout out to Navindran. He's a huge fan. I said reminder, hopefully I wake up tomorrow. And then he says, first a comment, first good vibe. So thank you, Navin, for joining us. And I'm doing great, although I'm also in EMCO state. I'm in Klang Valley, in the Ampang Urlanga district, and it's going to be a hard one. I think I think the image of a barbed wires, I think scares us.
I'm imagining it, bro. Which roads are still open? Who knows?
Yeah. I think the worst part was like going out alone during the first MCO. That was hard. It was hard. Just trying to stay indoors. Dinesh Ong says hi. Horizon, hello. Hi Dinesh, how are you?
Hey, hi Dinesh.
We got Tiru, and wow, Mark. Dinesh says, you know the guy, Dinesh?
Yeah. That's my friend from Priu.
I see. And we got Navin again from Santol, and he said, let's stay positive, brothers. Yeah, I guess, right. We got to stay positive, and that's part of the reason why we're doing this. If you saw last week, we talked about skills, we talked about how to enhance yourself, and I'm a big believer of those things. If this video goes out and I guess one people get some benefit out of this, you know what, all the better, because it's about us who are probably in the working space to teach the younger crowd or even ourselves to improve our lives. And today's topic is about upgrading skills for free for your life, and it's during lockdown, you can't go anywhere and you could upgrade yourself. I mean, you have your car at TTS and you like to upgrade your car, isn't it, Mark?
Yeah, bro.
We love to upgrade our cars. We love to do stage 1, stage 2, But we never.
I got the A6, then stage 2. TTS within few months, stage 2. Always about upgrading.
and the same thing in our life. We got to like stage up our life. Stage 1, stage 2. We got to add the skills, add the I guess the power, the talk into our life. And that's what I do. I always like to. How can I make it better? And that's the topic today. So anyway, we're hitting the 9 o'clock mark. We're going to start very soon, and we're going to start with obviously our Horizon intro. So let's get the intro cracking, and let's get down to our topic of the day. I love the intro, by the way, as you know. Hey guys, welcome back. Well, I want to ask all of you out there, please comment in the wherever you are, whether you're on Facebook or you're on YouTube, if you could go back in time, what would you want to learn? It's a question. I just put this on, if you could go back in time, what skill do you want to have? Mark, if you could go back in time, what would be that for you?
Thana, well, I think you know already. It would be to improve my programming and web skills. I used to do it a bit, very basic HTML and all that. I wish I continued that, and I realize now how important the internet and computers are for us.
And that's amazing, isn't it? Because it does set you apart, it sets you apart from anybody else, from being a consumer to be a producer. And I find it very funny because even today, I'm 43. I'm in the 40s now. Mark, you are nearing 30, correct? Correct. There's a big age gap that you are scared of reaching 30, But I would stop. I guess it's a funny one here. How to stop MCO? I don't know, bro. I know, but I guess the thing is this. During when I was schooling, I was studying, I was in university, college and stuff. there are things that I was taught in school, and then I came out to workplace, everything I learned became obsolete. And here you are, you're probably teens younger than me, and you went to school and you came out, and there's still things that you wish you had learned. And the fact is that, we are never, and even today in schools, you're not teaching programming. It's not taught in programming schools. When it's like a basic necessity, you must know programming.
It is, and it's something that I can. If let's say I got no income, I lose my job, I can go on the website and just make money like that, freelance like that. It's such a good, important skill that can change your life.
And people forget that, I think, programming doesn't mean just programming. Doesn't mean like, oh, I got to go and know codes and key in. Now, programming, because I'm a computer grad, I've got double degree. One of my degrees is in computer science. And when I did programming back then, it was extremely hard. Coding was hard. But today, coding is much, much simpler because they go in blocks, they logo in modules, and got plugins, can drag and drop, no more putting by lines. It's so simple. I remember when I was in Form 1, and we learned Logo. Logo was a programming language. Pascal, Pascal, Logo, C+, Basic Plus. We learned all that stuff in school because I was in the computer society, and it was hard. But today it's so simple, and I'm just surprised why people don't take it up. And this is a good one for you, Mark. I mean, this learning playing stocks and currency after SPM. I feel bad about this because I will admit my first time ever playing stock, because I wasn't trading, I was playing stock, and losing money was when I was last year during MCO. And I felt what a waste. What a waste I waited so long to enter stock market. And obviously, you learn, you lose and stuff. But how I wished that I learned stock trading much earlier in life.
I was very fortunate. I actually managed to start when I was 15, back in 2008 during the financial crisis. So I got a lot of good opportunities.
How the hell did you trade stocks if you are underage?
I had to use parents' account. Had to register under them, but I managed to trade. And I was lucky because at that time everything was already down, so it was quite easy to make money as long as you didn't choose a firm that went bankrupt. So that started it. But of course, with that, once you make money as you start, you think you're invincible, and then you end up potentially losing because you get overconfident. So many lessons along the way.
Yeah. And I think it's true. I think the lessons learned is the biggest thing. You pay big money for lessons in real money, and I just wish schools were teaching that. If there's one skill I think that we should teach our kids and for us to learn is stock markets. And it's not about stock market itself. It's about trading, looking at candlestick charts, looking at a diagram and see what's the technical analysis about it. Looking at, I'm learning about, I'm an accountant by profession, and we learn about stock valuation, NPVs, and break-even points. We learn all that stuff, but we never put it in practice. We're not really trading for ourselves. Trading in the real life is way different than actually, as learning the skills, correct? Because in real life, there's market sentiments. You got to know about, what goes up, what goes down. I learned during the MCO period about how a news can make a share market go up, how Cap Plus can go triple or quadruple in size, and then all of a sudden just crash, and you get burned.
You realize it's not just the facts and data, it's speculation, it's emotion, it's people reaction.
Because it's like this. I mean, what subject in school did you hate the most, Mark? Think about this.
Moral, but it's not because I was immoral. It's because
I hate moral also.
Memorizing.
Moral is a stupid. It's really a stupid subject. I have no idea because it's one of those. I totally agree with you about moral. It's a stupid subject.
Yeah, it's because the way it was during my time, at least the curriculum, it was all about memorizing and having that definition remembered out and how to create a sentence on it. It was never about understanding. That's the issue.
But bro, I had it worse. You see, what happened to me was when I was because model began in secondary school? Because primary school had model, but it was very easy model. Only secondary school was like really proper moral. And when I turned for my form one, my first form one, my form one, so to say, I moved to Terengganu. And in Terengganu, my family was the only non-Muslim family in the school. Me, my sister, my brother, and that was it. The entire school were all Muslims. And because of that, there were no moral books in school. There were no moral teachers in the school.
Oh.
So they said, sorry, but there is no moral books here. So I actually sat through Agama class and just listened, So when Form 3 came, I moved to Kajang. And then they just said, oh, by the way, this year exam PMR, here's the moral book, textbook. Oh, moral easy, And I was a straight student. And I look at the book, I was like, what the hell is this? You're going to memorize all this stuff? I failed, bro. It was hard. It's a stupid subject,
Yeah. Same during my time. I think moral should be something more of an understanding, more of a practice, not something you memorize and try to squeeze out the exam.
So going back, if you go back in time, this is what subject was the hardest for you?
Hardest. It was actually language. I was just never good at picking up languages besides my native tongue, which was English. Yeah. I was never good. I tried Mandarin. I could speak it, but I was never good at writing and reading that well. Same with Malay. I could speak Malay, I understand, I could do everything. But when it comes to the whole karangan writing and pinpointing the grammar, I just never could get the A in these subjects. When it comes to maths, science, history, no problem, because they're about understanding and practicing. But language is a bit more of my weaker point.
And I think to that point, the thing is this, language was hard for you because you had no way to practice it. If there was a need for it, it would have become easier. Am I right?
True.
If there was a need for you to kind of mingle with your neighbors which knew Malay, or to mix with your I guess relatives which spoke only Mandarin, that cost will affect you to learn, correct? Okay, and that's where I'm coming to. No skill is hard, actually. If you think about programming, if you think about anything you think about, it's not hard when you have a purpose in mind. If you want to build, let's say, a table, you'll find a way to learn it, and I think that's the basic idea behind skills, And coming back to now, people forget that, I've got Naveen here again. I've got a PhD in procrastinating, bro. I think you're a champion, bro. I think a lot of people have got a PhD in procrastinating. We've got Ivan Chan here. Shout out to Kitchen. Kitchen. Is how to spell it? It's
Keatchen. Yeah.
Yeah. If you go look up Kitchen is a new enterprise in Ara Mansara. They do food delivery, basically, food. And one good thing is that they are doing the initiative to help out anybody who need of food. They are actually helping out families that are poor, need of assistance. So look up Kitchen, and if you know anybody who needs help, in food and sustenance, hit them up, and they will do their best to help you out. And they're also available on, I think, Foodpanda, Grab, or whatever. Go look them up. Great people, awesome food,
really good food. I was fortunate enough to try. Ivan, one of the owners, personally sent me some food, and it was really good. Malay food they had actually that I tried, the fried chicken and fish.
Ivan, you sent to Mark, you sent to me, yeah. Okay, we got Irfan here. Irfan, our Mini Cooper guy. Irfan, if you could go back in time, what would you want to learn, Irfan? Let me know in the comment section below, and look you up. And yeah, it's amazing. I think need pushes us to learn skills. And if you think about it now, people are losing jobs. People are losing jobs, losing work, losing income, and they are at home. But when it comes to the extreme point, then they'll go like, oh, you know what? I got to learn some skills. And that's the point that they were trying to get to, as you should do it now before it gets severe, Okay. And we got Mike here joining us also. Yes, Mike. We love our cast. Mike here. Yep. So coming back to the point over here, I think for me personally, I think the number one thing I wish I was taught as a young boy or young man was skills and in communication and sales. So one of my best lessons in life is what called to learn how to communicate and sell at a very young age. And it wasn't easy. And I think, Mark, you can probably share your story, because I think you are obviously a Sime Nabi scholar. If you don't know Mark actually works in Sime Nabi Properties. If you guys are in Subang, go look up Mark in the Sime Nabi showroom. He can help you to look at properties in Sime Nabi. And you are a scholar, right? You are a scholar, and they send you abroad to learn, and they made you work in Sime Nabi, isn't it? So tell us a story and how you went there and how you ended up in sales.
Okay, sure. I never thought I would be in sales. I actually did, pure science in SPM and all that. And I went to economics. I studied economics in UCLA in Los Angeles. I was fortunate enough to get like a scholarship, of course, from Sime Darby. And so with that scholarship, of course, I had to work with them for 6 years. That's part of the agreement for the scholarship. So I did economics, and I've always wanted to do strategy, finance, that kind of stuff. I'm going to be consulting. I'm going to be that Wall Street guy, that kind of thing. That's why I did economics. That's why I went to Los Angeles. And I thought, I never thought much of sales and all that. And I always thought, it's all about your mind and strategy and all that. Then suddenly when I came back to Malaysia, I went into property marketing. And from marketing, I then realized the core of the business and property and all that, and what actually runs and how you understand everything was in sales. And so I decided to try it out. I realized salespeople also have commission, so there's good incentive to work harder. So I went into sales initially for the monetary reason, of course, that I could make more and better balance of time potentially. So I went in, and then I realized after going to sales that it's actually a lot more to sales than you think. It's not about being pushy or whatever. There is a strategy to it. There's the whole concept of what you're selling and being able to explain your product from an economical standpoint as well, and so on. I realize now that if you have sales skills and all that, you can get through most of life. I think that's very important. And it's not something that the university taught me or school taught me. It's something you just got to get out there and just practice and learn. And I think it's a very important skill.
And if I were to ask you, like, where did you learn? How did you learn sales and communication?
I could always communicate. I was in debate team and all that. But I realized then that there's a big difference between sales and communication. I can communicate to you about this product, the information, but why would you take it anyway? So sales, the only way I really learned was actually through the School of Hard Knocks. Yes. The first month or two I couldn't really sell anything, but eventually with practice and seeing others and really understanding how it worked, and I did a lot of book reading as well. That doesn't help as much as you think, but it helps a bit. But really it's just practice. So this is something that no school teaches you, and something it's very important. Everyone does sales. That's the fact. I think you do sales even as a finance director yourself, Thana.
Oh yeah. I sell. A lot of people don't know about me, but I'm actually a FD in a MNC, and I do sales all the time. I sell my idea, my thoughts, my accounting principles, standards. You sell the idea to get people to come along with you. I have a team, a big team. I got to sell to them to follow me. Selling is what everybody must do. Regardless of what industry you're in, work you're in, what level of occupation you're in, you got to do sales. It's a core aspect. And it's you ask me, how do you learn sales? You can learn sales tomorrow. You could learn sales. How do I sell to my mom to agree to make me tomorrow biryani? Yes. What can I do for you and you give it for me? So you get the whole bargaining is there.
I realized we've been doing sales our whole lives after that, convincing someone to go on a trip with you, or trying to get something.
Correct. We always are selling, but I guess we always come to the point of how we sell. Do we sell by logic and statements and I guess when you sell property, you sell by how do you sell? You sell, this is the logic, this is the reason why, and this is how we do it. And when you remove all the barriers of excuses, it becomes easier. For example, they said, oh, this property is good, buy it. They say, why? Oh, I can't afford it now. Okay, what can you afford? So you remove obstacles, you realize that, you can sell pretty much anything. And I think that's a big part of life. I was fortunate because one of my first job after SPM, I'm also I had good marks in school. When I came out, my friend wanted to work selling watches. and I sold watch for a living. And it's funny because Naveen says, "Please sell me your watch." This watch I sold, this is my wife's gift to me. But yeah, my first job was selling watches after SPM, and it taught me the hard way of communicating, selling, hustling, conversion from you having meeting 100 clients converted to 100 potential client customers convert to 10 customers. That rate is important, and you must do that so you don't get discouraged. You go see a client and you go like, because I mean, Mark, how many guys do you see before you actually sell?
I mean, at the start or now? The conversion rate does get better eventually.
Obviously. I mean, it gets better and better depending what product you are in. Of course, you sell properties, it's a way different category than watches, cheap watches. But when you were beginning, how many people did you have to go and meet defeat before you could sell your first property?
I think at least 50. And these were people already failures. Coming to see the property. I think about it.
That's 50 failures you had to see before even a smell of a potential victory.
But once the first blood comes, bro, that's it. Then you understand. The fact is this. I used to be very stereotypical. I thought sales is just, I tell you the product, I ask you to buy. That's it. But then with time, I understand that sales and negotiation and everything in life is about understanding what the other party wants as well. Different people have different things, and once you understand what they're looking for, it's not about just talking, it's about listening as well. And I think this is a skill not many people have. You need to know when to listen and when to talk. You need to understand what this other person is looking for before you can give them that solution. So once I understood that, then I realized, okay, sales is not about, I tell you everything, why it's so good, this is why you should buy it. But so what if it's good? If it doesn't suit my needs, it doesn't work. It doesn't matter how good your product is. If it's not for me, it's not for me.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think the listening aspect, it's a big issue. Sales also helps you to be a better husband, I guess. Sell to your wife the idea of why I should buy a new car. You see why?
Oh, yes. And I'm pretty good at that since I managed to change car,
I'm sure Diana has got bored of it. Like, I don't want to listen anymore. Go buy your stupid car. I don't want to hear anything more. Okay, let's see some comments over here. Okay, we got from Naveen again. What was your most challenging time in your life so far? Mark's very young to have challenging time in his life, right? You're a bit too young to have like devastating points in your life, isn't it, Mark?
Well, challenges here and there. I can't pinpoint the worst time. Just throughout, whenever there's obstacles, just figuring out how to climb over it. I don't really have a worst time. I mean, I had to go overseas and figure out how to live myself. That was interesting because when I was at home, everything's done for you, and then you're like, shit, how do I sort this out? I had to figure out how to be a tenant and all that. So when I was young, these were challenging things for me at that time, but it wouldn't be challenging for someone who already know how to do all these things, I guess.
For me, it must be my low points, my low points in my life. Low points in my life, like I remember, because I think getting failures and taking on failures when you're not used to failures, I think is the hardest part in life. Like when you are especially successful, you are good, and suddenly you see failures, how to accept the failures and move on, it's extremely hard. My first big failure would have been like all my schooling life, I never got anything below B's, mostly A's and B's. really smart student, bro. But C I got for art, and that's because I didn't hand in my work. I handed my work at the last moment. I just did everything and I submitted. I got a C for art. That's about it. So my blow was that in my SPM, way back, I got everything A, and somehow by some reason my BM was out. My BM was like I didn't pass or some crazy thing, and that meant my parents can't afford me to send me to university. So it was like, shit, my university life is gone. So and something my teacher told me, she said, Miss Tan said, God, and this is way before Steve Jobs told it, she said, because there's something in the Bible which says, and I'm not Christian by the way, she says what we call God has a purpose for you in life. You will not understand your path looking forward, you understand them looking back. and that rung to me, because why I said, who am I to question what happens now? There must be a reason behind this. And I accepted, and I went to work in Pakistan Grand. And at the point in time, my father lost his job. So I was a point in time here was I we go to college. We go to college. Dad lost his job, working in Pakistan Grand. I was there, but we doing OT and stuff. I was getting about 1,500 a month, I think, and that was the only money my family had. So I was like, shit. If I had gone to university, my family wouldn't have money that month. So I said, you know what? God works in mysterious ways. So that failure in my life, I converted to a point where I said, you know what? This is it. There's a reason behind it. So from that point onwards, I took all failures as a reason. There's a reason behind everything. And I made a lesson in my life to make sure that whoever I can talk to about improving their life, skill sets, staying positive and going forward, which is why I love Mark. I met Mark through Audi Aces Club. He's a really talented guy, very I found you, Mark, as being very energetic about life and gung-ho, which is why I think I was drawn to you. Like, it was a bromance with me and Mark early on.
Yeah, I mean, challenging times, really. I am young, Thana, but I now that I think about it, why I couldn't say it right away is because of the way I look at life. Sometimes you screw up, difficult things happen, but you get over it. There's no point looking back at it. You can't change it. You look at the future, and that's why I never really have it stuck in my head. But I've had many challenges as well, from losing money invested into business. My whole business had to shut down, MCO and all that. I did some F&B as well, So I've gone through all of that. But to me, it's like, okay lah, whatever. I start again, what I have to do, fight again. It's the future forward thinking. That's why
you lost quite a lot of money, man.
Yeah.
I forgot about that one.
Yeah, had some F&B businesses. Obviously, MCO wouldn't work out for it, but it's all right. It's all lessons learned. Just move forward.
So we got from Theodore here. What is the memorable advice you received when young, helpful and able to you today? So what I said before from Ministan. God has His ways. Looking forward, you never understand them. Looking back, you understand. All you can do is one step at a time, going forward. And today, I actually tried to wear white today, more of the white flag movement, but I couldn't wear white because the green screen didn't agree. If you guys need help, why, please reach out to people who you can help out in your neighborhood. And I think it's about that, understanding there's always a way out. Nothing is dire straits and it's the end of life and taking your life. I see a lot happening now, so never do that. Wow, it's a bit grim, huh?
It's quite grim.
Okay, so we got one more comment here. If I go back in past to find a way to stop MCO, I don't know about stopping MCO lah. We should stop the spread of the COVID, and that begins with our government, I guess. It's not in our control actually. Since we're on the topic, what can you say for people who are contemplating suicide? Now, suicide is a very serious topic, and I think if you think about what is suicidal, being suicidal is seeing the end of the rope, isn't it? You see the end of the rope, under the line there, nothing to look forward to. Like Mark here has received challenges in his youth. Very young age, you see a lot of losses, way more than I've lost my lifetime again. I think, if you think about it, I didn't lose as much as what you have lost. But you came out of it because you knew whatever said and done, it wasn't the end of the line. Right?
Yep.
So if you could tell the people who are trying to go suicidal is that what's the worst that could happen? You go bankrupt, so what? People angry with you, so what? You still have got your life, you still have got time. You should just go on and I guess cherish it.
Yeah, time is the most valuable asset. Why lose that?
Yes. Okay, so and talking about that, I want to go to a bit of talking about Makerspace. Now, Makerspace is something that I've been very passionate about. Next week or the following week, you're going to have Dylan on board. Dylan is a champions the hackerspace, and it's quite interesting. The Makerspace, if you Google up Makerspace, it's a lot of free stuff out there about how to do a lot of stuff. Now, I'll share on screen what I've done during MCO, and in fact, the last 2 days, okay, Let me just find something for you. 1 second, guys. All this loads up. I'm talking about share screen. Share screen. 1 second. Yeah. So I want to bring you guys to this resource over here. So this is Tinkercad, and it's quite interesting because this is by Autodesk, a big company across the world. They do 3D designs and stuff, and it's a lot of stuff here are free actually, and you can learn to do 3D designs, do circuits like actual electronics. You can do online virtually. You can go in and put circuits together, try circuitry. Learn coding. You can learn coding very easily in blocks. So it's a good fundamental for children to come about. It's designed for children, but I guess any adults can go and learn. And it's pretty interesting. Some lessons over here. So I did this like a day ago. Diagonal workplace. So this is us actually going in there. This is us going in there. And actually, let me just tinker this. Open Tinker. It's actual space for us to do 3D modeling. So if you imagine, so this is that. So the idea is you could go and let's say I want a block. You can make a block, put the block in, color them, and design whatever you want. And from these kind of things, you could end up with whatever you can think of. For example, here, this is Thingiverse. Thingiverse is a place where people actually share their 3D model for free. So if you think about, for example, do you want a clip tape cutter? You could actually go in here and take designs from people who have done this online, and they're sharing with you for you to download, and you can edit to make your own. So imagine if you go to Lazada and Shopee, you got all these items there. Imagine all those stuff in plastic. You can download this stuff and print yourself, and also to modify them to do yourself. And I think this is a great skill, especially in terms of 3D design. I've got a piece of block here. This block was asked by Mike Yap. So Mike, I forgot to send to you because I figured I needed it for today. So this is actually a Toho cover that Mike had for Land Rover, and he wanted to cover it up. And what I did was I went on Tinker's. I went on the 3D tool I had. I designed this myself, and there you go. You got a piece of block which will cover that hole. So imagine the possibilities if, as a child, you were given, instead of Lego, here, Mark, here's the tool. Build whatever you want, whatever Lego you want, whatever thing you want to build it. Here's a 3D printer, print yourself. Now, imagine a child you will be today if you had that capability.
It would be huge, big difference. I think it help your creativity a lot more.
A lot. And I'm, as a parent myself, my eldest is now, my God, is 11 years old already. Okay, and I'm trying to, how do I embed this into her? Thank you, Thana. How to embed into her syllabus? How do I make her get interested to do this? And even if it's printing out unicorns or printing out small little stuff, designing her own thing, maybe printing her own pencil box, doesn't matter. That process of creativity, I think it's a big thing. And this is one aspect, 3D design, but other aspects, obviously coding. You got things like you saw earlier with circuits. We can actually build circuits, and also web design. So all these are free tools out there. If you type in Makerspace free on Google, you'll find tons of resources out there. And we'll have Dylan coming on board in maybe a week or two to talk us more about Makerspace. But yeah, didn't you wish you had this when you were young?
Yeah. I had to rely on my mind to play with whatever random things I can find and create the imagination. I couldn't print it out.
Correct. I remember as a child, you take out paper and plastic.
Yes, the ruler or whatever, pencil.
Bro, you can print out stuff, bro. You print out whatever you want. So imagine the possibility. It's just mind blowing. Okay, we've come to a halfway mark now. We're gonna take a break for sponsors, and we'll come back. We'll talk more about stuff that I think that things that you could probably do in your free time during lockdown, because you know what, you're not going anywhere. Might as well learn a new skill. So guys, wait for us to come back after this commercial break.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I just graduated from my college. I may look very happy right now because someone is filming me. But deep down inside, I'm actually worrying about my financial status. But lucky for me, I have a caring boyfriend and I believe he can help me.
Bibi, Hello, baby.
You wait very long
No lah, not long already.
Baby,
Yes, what it is?
you know there's something that I want to tell you.
What's that?
At this period, right? I don't have enough money, ma. And my car insurance is expiring soon.
And then?
Can you...
Last month I bought the dress. Then last week I bought her favorite bag. Then now she wants me to pay her insurance. Livia, I'm a fresh grad as well. I don't think I can pay for your car insurance.
Then how, like?
Baby,
Is it because he bought a ring that's why he can't pay for my car insurance?
baby, don't go. Mr. Pro? Mr. Pro! Oh, you're here! Mr. Pro, you're here! Come save me and my girlfriend. Mr. Pro, you can save us, right?
Not only I can save you, I can also save your girlfriend. What's your car model?
Berdua beza.
What's your car mileage?
25,000?
What's your car insurance cost?
1,000 ringgit.
What if I tell you I can help you to save up to 40% from your car insurance?
Oh, how?
Hey, Mark, welcome back.
Hello, Thana.
Yeah, you got a bit green there talking about stuff earlier, but I guess it's MCO. It happens, you know.
True.
So, I got a question from Theodore. Let's just address this. Do you guys notice we've been able to recognize others around despite them wearing masks? That's a skill, right?
Yes, it is. But I found it challenging for some still. I couldn't
That's how you
recognize
do sales, bro.
everyone.
People come to you for sales, right? You see their eyes, and then they come back and you're like, which idiot is this?
Sometimes it takes a few seconds, you know, like, extra brain juice.
Yeah, it's definitely a skill set, I guess, you know. But I guess you're not supposed to be outside. So I guess Theodore, he's now in Singapore. So Singapore is different. Malaysia different. Malaysia not relevant, lah, bro. We stay home only. Stay home and lepak.
Especially now, EMCO. Oof.
Oh my God, I feel so depressed today. I feel like just canceling today's show, but I guess it's more the reason why we need to come and talk about how do we spend this time. Because if you're not going to go out, if it's only one person out of the house at a given time, or for a household, you know what? This is the time for us to upgrade your skills. You know, I got a friend of mine. I messaged him today, Adrian. Adrian says, "Okay, what do you wish you could do when you were young?" And he said, "Sound engineering." That's an interesting skill for a kid to have, but I never realized how difficult was sound until I did videos on YouTube, because you got to mess with volume and data and bass and treble. It's not the easiest thing, bro. Not the easiest thing. Okay, so moving on to language. I think language is one of those things that I think again today lots of resources out there. Talk about Babelfish online. You can go on and look it up. And if you were to learn a language, what language would that be, Mark, for you?
Okay, I already speak Mandarin. If I didn't, I would have said that. That's a good question. I would say Hindi, but I find I would have said Hindi, but I feel like it's too difficult for me. Why I say Hindi is because it's one of the most spoken languages out there, besides Mandarin and English. Hindi is one of the top languages, and to me, I mean, that's what the purpose of language is, right? To be able to communicate with as many people as possible. And so that's how I decide what language I would choose.
If I were to pick a language I want to learn, it'll either be Spanish or French.
Okay.
Because
why?
because I don't know about you, and this may sound a bit racist lah. But if you are Indian, you might understand this. I mean, all the Indians out there, and echo with me if you understand this. In Malaysia, I feel somewhat Malaysian. I feel somewhat, yeah, it's my country, is there, I'm here. I feel comfortable in Malaysia, but obviously I'm not, I know that what I call, I'm not, I'm part of a minority in Malaysia. And when you look at other countries around the world that are non-global countries, you should, okay, fine, it's there. But when you go to India, I'm treated as a foreigner. In India, I'm a foreigner. They will treat you like we treat foreigners in Malaysia better, and then how I'm treated in India. That's how bad in India is. But France was the one country that I went to, not Paris, but outskirts of France. Like go to Bordeaux, go to Nice, whatever. I think the French people have got a magnificent way of accepting cultures. For them there is no you are French means you are particular way of looking at you. You're not black or white or whatever. I think they're very all encompassing. So if there's a country that I want to settle down in, I don't mind, I think it's French. It's French. It's an amazing country for you to, I think, just settle down in the outskirts somewhere, near vineyard, or rural area.
Beautiful environment, yeah. South of France would be my choice if France.
Yeah.
Beautiful oceans and all that.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So yeah, French will be my main thing, and Spanish, because I figured the other country I want to go to really travel and learn is obviously like South America, and I guess in a lot of ways, you can use Spanish in a lot of countries.
Yeah, true.
French is easy. Just add oui after sentence. It's not easy, bro. Not easy. I spent some time in Bordeaux, and it was so difficult because everywhere I went to, people spoke to me in French. I'm going like, do I look French to you? But they expect everybody in France to be French speaking, So yeah. So for you, you say what? It's Hindi.
From a practical, you know me, I'm a bit analytical and practical. So from like best value of my time kind of guy, Hindi, I can reach the whole India market, and get out there for business standpoint,
You are a maker of excuses. You know why? So because Thomas Yap, who what I call, have a lot of business in Malaysia, sorry, in India. Huge business in India. Doesn't speak Hindi or Tamil, bro. He does it. Yeah. Because
so
the
I
most
don't need
spoken language in India, guess what's the most spoken language in India?
Good point. Probably English.
It's English, bro.
Okay, looks like I don't need it anymore.
You don't need any language but English. It's like people from India will come to here and say, "Shit, you guys speak Tamil so well." Over there, if it's a sentence with 10 words, 7 of them is English, 3 of them are Tamil words. That's how Rojak is their language. But yeah, language. I think if you could spend this time to learn a bit of language, it's a great boost to, I guess, ourselves.
Yeah.
Naveen says crime rate is high in France. I heard the theft in Malaysia is also very high, bro. People are stealing billions from our taxpayers' money. Okay. Another topic is about preparedness. Again, the stuff that we're talking today are things that are non-conventional. I think the non-conventional skills are what we should be thinking of. So Mark and I do a bit of camping, off-road stuff, and I love being a scout. One thing when I was young is being a scout. How prepared do you think the average people are today in terms of, if let's say, give a scenario, a truck goes outside a house, say like, you have to leave your house in 10 minutes, there's a COVID lockdown, you must leave now in 10 minutes. Are you just prepared? And people say, no, I could just pick up this and that, but it's a skill by itself, isn't it? It's not an easy feat. And I wonder how people are prepared with things like, your documents, things like, your essentials. I mean, like, I know that if let's say today there's a zombie apocalypse and it broke down, I got to escape out of my house. I know I have my truck, I got my bags, I throw my trucks in my bag, my camping gear, and I'm set, I'm gone, Are you prepared, Mark?
I would say no, haven't gone camping for a while.
Yeah, but forget camping. Think a step further. think, let's say you got to leave now, immediately. Do you have the essentials? A lot of us aren't prepared even in our house for things, because we're too busy at work. And this is a good segue to our sponsor for today. Also, is if you go to Evo Club, you can get a new fire extinguisher. And I think it's interesting because people aren't prepared until we sit down and think about what we need to do. We're not prepared in our homes, our cars, and where we are. I've got Tiru says, love French Montana. I did. I reviewed the Peugeot 5008. And I tell you, the Peugeot 5008 is pretty nice. It's a nice car. No power though, but it's a nice car. It's a nice car. Would you buy a Peugeot, Mark?
I would buy a Peugeot used.
You have a Peugeot, isn't it? Sorry, you have a Peugeot.
I do have a Peugeot.
I forgot. You have a Peugeot at home.
Peugeot 50. Well, not mine. It's my dad's. But yes, there is one in my household.
A good point Turtle came up with. Preparedness. Sadly, having my insurance nominee. Yeah, preparedness is everything. Preparedness is like the moment you realize tomorrow I'm dying. Have I prepared everything? Have I prepared my nominees? Have I prepared my will? Have I prepared my cash access? Have I prepared somewhere in a piece of paper the bank access information? Have I prepared a lot of stuff, man? A lot of stuff. And I hear people who are like in having COVID. Sorry to sound grim, but having COVID at age of 43 and 44. And then I'm prepared. Preparedness, it's a big thing.
You don't expect something like that to just hit you.
Sad, bro. Reminds me I must go and call up my EPF and check who's my nominee. Who's your nominee, bro?
I haven't said that yet, so I probably shouldn't. So I am not prepared.
Ouch. If you don't change, I think it goes to default. Like 50% to your spouse, 20% to your parents, and there's a weird way of doing it.
I guess I never thought of that because I don't have kids yet. So like that's the thing. And only when you start to have kids, you start to think, okay, what happens after I go, I guess.
Yeah. But I think the issue is when you're gone, you need to make sure that I guess you don't trouble anybody else, And and that's what I love about properties also, because investing in properties is you are leveraging on the future. Whether I'll be alive in 20 years, I don't know. But I buy a property today, and if I've got a loan in my property, I'm leveraging future value, and it's MIT or the property. It's something that it's something great to invest in.
Yep.
So Theodore says, see. Many people haven't nominated. I have actually. It's lying, Turtle. I've nominated my wife. My wife is my 100% beneficiary. If in the event there's no will in the future, this video serves as a will and last testament of Thana's
Wow.
give my property to my wife 100% wholly and exclusively.
Good husband, huh? She's watching, is it?
No, bro. Because on the topic of being prepared. It's hard when you divide it up. It's better to give to one person for them to see what's the best way to, I guess, invest or see to. It's just messy, which is why also I don't do any properties that are joint, So we're going to do another commercial break because we're going to come to the end of the show, and we'll come back shortly. This is a quick one on Evo Club Insurance. We're on the topic of being prepared. I guess if you have not got the insurance, guys, go out there and get insurance from Evo Club Insurance. I know I will. My insurance for my Everest is expiring soon in July, and I know I will save easily about, I think, 700 ringgit just by going for the Evo Club Insurance. And if you want to make some money, why not become a reseller? You'll make up to 5% when you sign up as be a reseller for Evo Club Insurance. So yeah.
Maybe about 500 bucks.
You save about 1,000 plus.
To work out cheaper for me.
3,000, 215, even more.
It's for 200 plus. 400 bucks of savings.
Welcome back, guys. The short break. Preparedness is what he spoke of. Naveen has got a joke for you. I shall not share it here on online.
Okay.
And the last one that we talk about is arts and crafts. Arts and craft, I think it's a forgotten skill, and we think it's not a skill set. I think it's important. If you go back, what would you want to, I guess, go back and learn, Mark?
In terms of arts and craft,
Arts and crafts, make something.
that has always been the area, Tana, that I never really cared about. I know it's important, it's creative and all, but I've never been an arts and craft guy. It's just something that I'm the kind of guy, I only do things that I see value in, or I think something to gain out of this thing, right? That's why I like economics, I like investing and all that. But arts and craft, I never really developed that part of me. If I had all the time in the world, maybe I would do something.
Someone, yes, Gurpal, SKX on the deck. Gurpal is going to come on the show very soon, and we'll do about watches. And you talk about, I think there was someone who came to me and said, if all the buildings in the world have been built, if all the records in the world for land speed has been broken, if all the model of the modern man has been broken, what else is there in life except arts and crafts? Because it's the movies that inspire us, it's the music that moves us, will be left behind. So if you say that arts and crafts it doesn't exist, no, it's wrong. I think at the end, when everything need to be done is done, what moves us the most, it's arts and crafts. And whether it be something you do for yourself, for your wife, you do a card, I think it's an important part of it, and it changes your mindset, how you think about life, how to see problem solving, But I think, Mark, you are horrible. Like you cannot pick up a pen or draw. I
cannot. I can't even write properly. Tana, my handwriting has been called doctor's handwriting. So I've never been one that's very good at all these aesthetic things. But I like it. I appreciate a good-looking car. I guess arts and craft for me is modifying my car to look good.
Hey, I must stop you there. When have you modified your car for a cosmetically, what have you modified? Okay, think. Okay, your A6, you have changed you painted your wheels.
Grill.
That's about it.
The grill. Huh? Yeah, I paint my wheels black. I changed the grill. See, Tana, minor stuff, but I won't put too much money into it. I think that's always been my second. Yeah, you're right.
That is your problem because you're not investing money. Because if you're gonna go to arts and crafts or like being artistic, it's about going full-heartedly. There's a value in it. You may see, that's a 10,000 ringgit Mercedes, but putting a 4,000 ringgit set of rims on it will look nice. You will see 40% of the value for the rim. That's you. Not worth it. Shouldn't do it. Correct?
So I value it, but there's a limit to how much I value it. As you know, like my dad has an X70. I wrap the top black color, because it looks a bit nice and stuff like that. But things that don't cost too much, but still create. I look for things that create the most impact with minimum cost, Tana.
Yeah. But I guess cars is a very way of looking at it. I got my friend here, Kwa. I want to shout out Kwa. If you guys want cam gear, I want to do a shout out to Kwa. Big Wing Solution? So Kwa does what I call a solution for camper vans. Go check him out on Facebook. I'll probably give a link here. It's about Big Wing Solution, I believe. Sorry, Mark. Sorry, I was disturbing you. Can you go on?
Yeah, no problem.
S-Wing Solution. Okay. So I must do a shout out to our friend here, Kwa. You must go and check out Best Wing Solution. It's a fantastic solution, and what they are doing is for guys who want to do camper van lifestyle. You want to get your 270-degree awning. You want to get your fridge for your camping requirements. If you want to get things like your lantern lights, whatever, go and do it. And I think Quite it's an example of being creative during a time of pandemic. So he owns the guitar store in Cheras, and he's gone into this new lifestyle about camping, and it's a new skill set. He picked up, he learned, and it's something that I also appreciate because why? You know what? Learning a new skill is a big thing. So coming back, arts and crafts. You are never the person for arts and crafts. You see value in investing. You say like if it's property, for example. I mean, I'm sure you do a math on the property
Because
business.
I'm just not good at it. I don't know. I just never had the time or the option to really develop that skill. I think arts and craft is really a luxury.
Jeremy soon says, "Hey Thana, hi Mark, long time, haha. I used my car as an art canvas, putting some Swarovski."
Wow. Hi, Jeremy. Long time.
Where does Jeremy put his crystal, please? Can you tell me, let me know? Staring here.
I'm not sure. Actually, Jeremy is actually my primary school friend, Thana. Yeah, long time. Yeah, but yeah, where do you put the Swarovski? That's actually interesting.
Please don't say it's the steering because I've seen videos of people putting on the steering and on impact it smashes against the head and they got crystals stuck in their forehead and faces embedded inside. So guys, yeah, it's a good art canvas. Put it on something else except for the steering with airbag, you know. But yeah, you know, and the message to me I want to send today is that you know what, that go out there and discover what you can do. I always end my videos saying go out there and have a little more fun. You see on top, it's my channel there, Thana Krishnan. All my videos I end with the saying go out there and have a little more fun because I believe that's what life's all about. Go out there and have a little more fun. What's the point of you earning money, Mark, if you can't enjoy it? Doing
I do
stuff for
enjoy
yourself. Creative stuff. Doing creative stuff, you know. Think about that.
Yeah.
You know, investing your time and energy onto yourself so you could, you know, maybe think about painting or think about painting a wall for a design or for your properties or I don't know, something.
I guess you could call that some art. I do. I have done some property wallpapers and all that for my investment properties. DIY is cheaper than using an ID company sometimes.
Theotel says, don't end now, carry on. I don't understand what it means. Hi, Mark, long time. Yeah. Theotel says, don't end now, carry on. Theotel, could you come online now? I would love to have you online. He's in Singapore. Let me see. Let me just buzz this guy. He's a fantastic guy to come on board. If you don't know who this is Theophilus Chin. If you guys follow, let me just call him up now. It's not thing, bro.
You got him cold feet, bro.
Bro? Hello? Can I add you in the live call? Okay, bro, bye.
You like to do that, Atara.
After that, let's to people who just get you and I think Theophilus Chin is probably one of the best person I know about being creative and why not? He's the best person. Give me 1 second, guys. This will be epic. This will be an unplanned epic thing that we have going on today.
Yeah, you got the wrong guy in here, Thana, for arts and craft. I'm not your guy.
Exactly. All right, guys. Small technical glitch, but we're gonna have him come on board. Okay, so I can invite. So yeah, card rendering is an art. So if you haven't known about Theophilus Chin, he is the person who does all the fantastic artwork we see on Paul Tan, on future renderings. And I always find it amazing for him to come and show us these inventions almost. Okay, is he joining us? Give him a minute. Okay. Waiting. Yes.
You have something to stick
Shh. Can you hear someone? Today's call is going to go. Nah. Theo, answer the call, man. Where are you, bro? Okay. We got held up there. So anyway, that was my. Oh, here we are. Yes, he's online. Hey, Chief, how are you? You're live. You're live, Theo. That was my. Oh, here we are. You got to off your other device. Online. Hey, Chief, how are you?
Yeah, but there were so many things to type
Could you
and
mute-
key in and
Could you mute your other device, please? Your laptop or phone?
there were so many things to type and
Hey, Theo.
there were so many things to type and
I think the live is playing somewhere else, so it's creating.
No,
a
he's
loop.
got two devices online. That's why.
Hmm.
Let me unmute. Hello.
I think the live is playing somewhere else. So
You see that? Can you hear echo back?
yeah.
Let me unmute. Yeah. That's why I always have a test run and do these things. Hi. That's why I always have a test run and do these things. You still got two devices, bro.
You need to turn off the other page.
You got to cancel the device completely.
I only have like my laptop and
You got two devices, bro.
You need to turn off the other page.
You got to cancel the device completely.
Exit YouTube, exit Facebook.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, bro. I got to take you off, lah. Hello, can you hear me?
Exit YouTube, exit Facebook.
Okay. Sorry, we got to take Theo offline. Sorry, bro. Next week we'll have you on board, you know. But thanks for dropping in, you know. So, oh yeah, so arts and craft. My son came with arts and craft. It's my son here, Kamarish. Okay, arts and crafts. He drew a car. How's that?
Wow,
Look at that.
much better than anything I can do, bro.
Yeah, 5-year-old. Arts and craft. Okay, very nice. Okay, so I think that's all we got for this week. A short one, and we didn't have a planned topic for today, and I hope it was fun to have you on board talking about, I guess, skills you can do to improve your life for free, because whatever you spoke today is things you can do today. Sales communication, you can do it yourself today. Go out there and sell yourself. Arts and crafts, you can do it today. Go out there and get some knowledge about being creative. We talked about makerspace. We'll talk more about that when we get into with Dylan, and we also spoke about being prepared, you know, even if it's an offer position, but also in the MCO period about the documents, you know. How many of you have all your birth certificate in one place for you to leave? You know, if tomorrow there's a touch wood, a house fire, whatever happens, a document will take and leave the house. And more importantly, if you're in a shared home, if anybody who's in that home knows where to go and pick up the stuff that must be taken out from the house in case of emergency. That is never done before. So it's something you should think about. I think all of you, even if it's a will, if it's a testament, you know, do all that stuff. And last but not least, languages. You know, learn languages, because you know what? You'll never know how the language may come to help you in the future. Okay. So Mark, before we head off, any last words?
Just be ready.
Just be ready.
Be prepared. Most people aren't ready, and you just made me realize as well. So that I think that's what my key takeaway. I need to get ready.
Preparedness is a big skill, bro. It's a big
The
skill.
only certainty in life is uncertainty.
The only constant is variable.
Constant. Yeah. Only constant is change.
Change, correct? Yeah, correct. Same
Yeah.
thing, right? No?
Yeah, but that's the idea, lah.
Okay. Okay, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you next week. And next week, we have Mark coming on board. Mark's going to talk to us about properties. So Mark's a property guy. So stay tuned, and we'll talk property next week. Bye, guys.